Welcome to Cygnus first impression video, you sci-fi Bob the Builder wannabe bastards. This is sponsored video and the game just entered early access on Steam. Link to game page is in the description. Devs have plans on keeping the game in early access for about 6 months. Final version should have additional content, story expansion, more monsters, weapons, buildings, basically more of everything. So what is Cygnus or Cygnus? It is a sci-fi base building isometric action RPG. Player lands on a new planet where everything starts from scratch. Goal is to build a self-sustaining functioning base while going about on missions, collecting resources and progressing the story. Gameplay loop is quite nice to get into. Spend stamina to collect resources around the base, prepare stuff to be done, build new buildings and then set out on short missions to collect resources and progress the story. Story is relatively meaningful and mostly serves the purpose of introducing new gameplay elements, which is fine. New characters are encountered over time that explain what has been going on this planet and how the universe functions through private corporations. There is some funny straightforward dialogue between the player and P, a ruthless company AI that doesn't give two fucks about anything besides company profit, and it shows that without shred of remorse.
I'm in need of a little bit more help. Would it be alright if I stayed at your base? Just until I can get Oasis up and operational.
Well, actually...
Yes, of course. The contractor will gladly host you.
Great. I'll pack my bags. No need to wait up for me.
As story progresses, more buildings are unlocked for base expansion and more regions for new missions on different landscapes. Story-driven progression is a nice thing in such game to battle the feeling of pointlessness due to what would have otherwise been repetitiveness without goal. Landscape is something that immediately drew me in. Environment looks beautiful, especially grass. Overall, game looks quite appealing due to lush colors and a nicely done landscape. Add on top of that chill music and quickly game is gonna make you feel comfortable. Unfortunately, one of major game's weaknesses is its performance. It just can't maintain steady frame rate and there are a lack of options to combat that. Thankfully it is early access, so plenty time to fix it. I've had a decent amount of fun with the gameplay, mostly because it never felt as empty progression during my 6-hour experience with the game. Base mode is quite hands-on, which I like, but it could use faster movement speed to get things done faster. Limited stamina that is replenished daily is necessary for collecting basic resources around the base and also to use specific structures like farmhouse to collect ingredients for canteen. Canteen then serves to produce food to make employees happy and to sell food to visitors, which boosts income. Then there are production buildings that refine materials, recycle, craft resurrect tokens, craft equipment and so on, so plenty things to do in order to improve sustainability and stability. Employees, as they are hilariously called disposables, can be managed by assigning them to specific buildings to increase effectiveness. They also require amenities to retain happiness, which in turn increases productivity, and as P continuously reminds player, it is all about increasing productivity. More buildings are unlocked over time that increase depth of the base building aspect and adds more hands-on stuff. Good thing is that everything in this game is done fast, including missions. There are 3 mission types: resource collection, dilemma and combat. Resource is basic end of the day, so I don't have to do anything mission type to get some resources and get back to base ASAP. Dilemma are decision quests with different outcomes that add a little bit of diversity flavor. Combat missions are second major part of the game and gameplay is solidly done, except one other major flaw, which is lack of enemy diversity. Game desperately needs more enemy types that could create different challenges. Thankfully, combat gameplay is quite fun with a decent amount of weapon types. Each weapon comes with 2 firing modes. I love that weapon diversity is as vast as it can be, with rocket launchers, flamethrowers, miniguns, energy pistols and whatnot. Guns feel good with good enough sound effects, which is important. Besides guns, player is given 4 slots for active abilities and role action. Typical action RPG stuff. This all leads to quite dynamic combat experience where as game progresses player gets challenged more and more, like it should be. At first the game was piss easy, but after reaching level 10 monsters started to become more dangerous, forcing me to think about leveling and gear progression more. Character building is nicely done with 6 attributes with different boosts and different corresponding active and passive skills that can change combat strategies. By increasing attributes, more possible skills are unlocked to be purchased. Familiar system that rewards heavy investment into one attribute to get more skills out of it. To conclude, Cygnus Enterprises is decent early access product for people that love base building and action RPGs. Nothing you haven't seen before, but familiar systems are nicely blended together through meaningful story progression. There is always something to do, and I quite like hands-on approach, as game gives that feeling like you are working towards something. Question is, how is full version of the game gonna evolve to justify $25 or Euro price? And how far can story take us? How many different regions will there be? Major things that need fixing are performance and lack of enemy diversity. Games like these live and die by continuously offering players unique challenges with focus on diversity in all aspects to get away from grindy feeling. During my short experience with Cygnus, game delivered exactly that. Question is how it plays much later. Anyway, that would be all. Thanks for watching and see you soon.